Hi, it's Teresa with Crafty with Teresa. Thank you so much for joining me today. As promised in my video a few weeks ago, I'll be showing you another alternate to the December 24 paper pumpkin kit using the leftover pieces and making a cute fun fold card. We'll be making a Mother's Day card and it'll be an easel card. Now, let's get to crafting. I'm pretty excited to get to make this card. First, I love this pattern paper. It's called the Most Adored Designer Series paper, and you've already seen one of the cards I've made with it. It was the card I made a few weeks ago that we used the piece with the pretty little gold heart on it for a background. Now we're going to take a few other pieces of this paper to make this easel card. First, we'll go ahead and get our easel card set up. The one thing that I like most about making these lovely easel cards is that it's basically a landscape A2 card with just one simple score and fold. Then the rest of it is just basically how you place your pattern papers. Now I've already cut down the white daisy cardstock to 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. Now I'll grab my paper trimmer and I'll go ahead and on the 8.5 inch side, I'll do my first score at 4.25. Then the easiest way to do this fold for me is on the one side, I fold it over to meet the 4.25 score line. Now, if you've been following me, you know I'm more of an easy peasy kind of person, but you are welcome to put it in your paper trimmer and score it at 2 1/8. Now let's grab that bone folder and crease it really good. Next, we'll be using the last of that lovely floral design. I'll grab a die from the Link Together bundle, and this time I grab a design that has some stitching on it. It's a nice open space for us to put behind that focal point. In my last video, we did some ink blending on some white daisy cardstock, and I'll add that here for you if you want to go back and take a look at it. I'll take that ink blended piece, run it through my die cut machine, and get this piece for the background. Now I like to stretch my designs a lot, so I decided to cut down that focal design. I felt like it would look better on the easel front, so I'm going to take a minute to cut down that piece, and I'll speed through that just a bit. But basically, if you're not familiar with fussy cutting, you take some really sharp scissors and you move your paper back and forth and cut to get those fine cuts and to get into those intricate curves. Next, I'll grab the pieces of the designer series paper that I showed you in the beginning. Oh, and the details for these cuts will be in the description box below. This card will be a bit bulky, so I decided to grab another piece of designer series paper to back the individual Most Adored paper. This paper is from the Sale-A-bration papers that is on special right now. Depending on how much you spend, you can grab free products from the Sale-A-bration items from now through the end of February. So as I'm going through and trying to decide the best way to put this design together, I thought, I have some lace from a previous scrapbook kit, and I thought I'd use that. And then I realized, oh wait, I have a lovely heart border type design that came in the January paper pumpkin kit. Oh, and I plan to show you at least one of the cards that I've already made. Maybe at the back of this video, but for sure I'm trying to get another video out soon, so stay tuned. I thought those hearts would look really good on this Mother's Day card. So I'll glue 4 of these heart borders together, and that will eventually be our stopping point for the easel bottom, and we'll show you that in just a bit. While that's drying, I'll put the two sets of pattern papers together and I'll start thinking through which pieces will go where. So I've picked several different designs here. I've got the heart designs, I've got the swirly paper, and I also have a plaid piece. Next, I'll start adding these pieces to the actual folded side of this card base. First, I will add the plaid piece. Next, I'll grab the heart piece and add that to the next section of that folded side of the card base. But as I'm doing this, I thought, I'd like to have a little separator piece. So what you're going to see is that I'm actually going to create a little separator that'll go between these two designs. I grabbed a scrap piece of that swirly paper and just create a little strip, and I'm going to use that as my separation piece. We'll add that in between these two pieces and flip it over and snip off the sides. Next, we'll start adding that bottom piece. First, what we'll do is we'll grab that swirly piece of paper and attach it to the bottom piece. Now, while that's drying, I'm going to grab my focal point and add it to the background piece. But first, I want to add some dimension. I'll add dimension all over that focal point and add that to that focal point that we created, but I'll only add dimension to the bottom portion of that particular, we'll call it diamond piece. I've been trying to think through what would be the best way to describe that. So the diamond background piece will only have dimension on the bottom portion, but the other piece will have some dimension, and I think it's going to look lovely. I like the fact that by doing it like this, you have a nice solid easel design look. We'll lay that down carefully and add it to the folded side on the bottom portion of that folded side. Now, last but not least, we'll grab the heart border that we made and we'll add it to the top of that piece, and it'll be a perfect stopping point. Well, that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you like this video, please hit that subscribe button and the notification button so you can see the new videos as they come in. Oh, and like and comment because that helps YouTube to notice me. Thank you again for joining me. Until next time, have a great day.